What's going on, you guys? I'm just talking here live. I'm just trying to test my phone out on this. I know it's mirrored or whatever, but I'll just talk about the game very briefly. The Raiders have lost to the Bengals 30 to 16. Really, this game was a blowout. Okay, there was a bad start from the beginning, and yeah, it looked closer at the end. But Driscoll, I mean, there were mistakes on both sides. I remember there were some sacks, Carr getting owned. There was some nice special teams plays, but that's about all I can say that was good. It also helped hurt that Garon Conley, of course, gets hurt and has his concussion. Because he was looking better in the last couple weeks. I actually thought he looked better, but is what it is. So the Raiders lose to the Bengals. A guy like Driscoll gets the win. Once again, these are two teams that are going through the motions. There's really not a whole lot to say other than water is wet. The Raiders aren't good. Both teams aren't really good. They're both in a lot of ways tanking for the draft pick. So my focus will just, on the rest of this video, talk about the Broncos, is how their front office is set up, their specifically that ownership issue. I mean, when we talk about the Bolin family and the trust, I think that's one of the craziest storylines that probably isn't talked about nationally, is how there's a struggle for power in the front office of the Broncos. And I just wonder if it's taken over the team or not. The players may not talk about it, but I know that the owners, or at least the front office, has to be thinking about the family versus the trust fund with the Broncos. And they lost a funny one the other night, but I know the Raiders lost too, so we really can't talk. I'm sure Vance Joseph has got to be a dead man walking after that game. He made some decisions that were pretty dumb. Once again, though, that's going to be a game of also tanking. There's just a bunch of tank wars and so on. I mean, the game of Week 17's got a lot more meaning to it. And we know it would be nice if they showed up for that. But, of course, this team, I think these guys are looking for individual performances, hoping to sign a contract elsewhere. That's mostly how this team is right now. They're just going through the motions, and Gruden's going to evaluate his talent and so on, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So let me know what y'all thought about this one. There really is not a whole lot to say, but the Raiders were not good enough, and it's that simple.